Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan here. Sunday the 27th of December. Can you believe just 4 days left in this 2020 year? After today, of course. Today is Sunday morning still. Actually, early Sunday afternoon, technically, as I make this video. How are you guys? I hope all is well. If you are a Dolphin fan, you're feeling really good right now about what happened on Saturday night, which is exactly what I'm going to speak with you about in this particular video. If you do like the content, of course, go ahead, hit that like button. It would be much appreciated. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get into what happened on Saturday night. Dolphins pulling out a 1-point victory, unbelievable, in Las Vegas against the Raiders to improve the record to 10 wins, 5 losses. They are a win away from the playoffs if they were to win next week. It's a tall order, though, in Buffalo. It's yet to be clearly factored. Buffalo hasn't played yet this week, so what I'm getting at is that it's yet to be clearly factored in as far as the significance of that game to Buffalo. That will play a lot into the significance of probably what happens in that game. But not to think ahead, guys. That's something to pay attention to. I want to make sure I mention that, though. Just kind of, we want to keep tabs as well on the Bills this week as they play the New England Patriots. I believe that's on Monday night. So let's get right into what in the world happened in the 1-point victory against the now 7-8 Raiders of Las Vegas. Yes, guys, it would wind up being a Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm telling you right now, guys, I am not exaggerating. Please don't think I'm exaggerating. I really mean this from the heart when I say that the Ryan Fitzpatrick no-look pass while his helmet was being twisted on a face mask which was called, was one of the top plays in Miami Dolphin history. And I'm not kidding about that. That was one of the best plays and the most significant plays. Forget about just best plays. That was one of the most significant plays in the history of the Miami Dolphins. When you look at what that meant, the fact that it was a huge completion, over 30 yards down the sidelines, got the ball to the 41-yard line of the Raiders, and then we tack on the 15-yard penalty. Okay, and that sets up the Jason Sanders, and then they roll out. There was something like, I don't know, like 10, 12 seconds left or something. Or not even. I think there was a little bit less than 10 seconds, and then they did a rollout incomplete to the right just to waste more time, setting up a Jason Sanders 44-yard game-winning field goal with 1 second remaining. Dolphins win 26-25. The Fitzpatrick pass, guys, was, I'm telling you right now, I mean, my best analogy of that, like my best example of that is of an NBA or college or high school basketball player getting fouled and just kind of throwing the ball up because they know they got the foul, and then it goes in, for the 3-point conversion, you go to the free throw line for the one shot. In other words, they draw the foul and they just throw it up. Well, Ryan Fitzpatrick draws the penalty, basically, and it was such a heady heads-up play, and then, boom, the face mask, and then he just lofts it accurately down the sidelines with his helmet half twisted off. It was amazing, guys. It was amazing. So that's my best explanation. The significance can't be understated. I mean, it was just amazing, and I'm so happy as a fan to have witnessed this game. I want to get into the breakdown, the statistics. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I mean, the Raiders are a pretty decent team. I mean, I think on the scope of things, though, when I was kind of just sitting on my couch analyzing the game last night. I really wasn't. It's beautiful 55-degree weather I'm not used to here in South Florida. So, it was really nice to be watching the game, enjoying the cool weather, seeing this whole thing transpire, And I'm just sitting there like, this can't, I mean, something's going to happen where the Dolphins, and it almost did, where the Dolphins just let us down again, and here we go all over again, and better luck next year, and all that stuff. Even though Dolphins still would have been in it with a loss, but still, it's looking better now for a possible playoff appearance. Now, getting back to that thought a moment ago. So the Raiders, I mean, kind of on the flip side of this, the Raiders, I mean, they moved to 7-8. I mean, if I'm a Raider fan, I'm really not that happy about how the season wound up. I mean, you had a pretty decent record there for a while. You have Derek Carr as your quarterback. You went out and got John Gruden, who was arguably a few years ago the hottest coaching prospect there is. Okay? So if I'm a Raider fan, for what it's worth, in this video, I'm not feeling very good about how things are working out. And you got some talent on that team. Okay, for the Dolphins, of course, it goes back and forth. The topic just doesn't fizzle out. Tua or Fitzpatrick? Tua or Fitzpatrick? Like I've said before, I've said the same thing for weeks. Go back and watch my videos 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. You will see, I'll say the same thing right now. The Dolphins, there's nothing against Tua. I understand, nothing against his play, nothing against Tua's future. When I say nothing against Tua, I don't mean anything against his future. He's a positive guy. He's a good team player. I'm glad he's on the Dolphins. He could wind up having a really good career, guys. He really could. And I sincerely mean that. He could wind up being really good for the Dolphins. But right now in 2020, he's not the best option to win football games simply because Ryan Fitzpatrick has dug into that, I don't know what the heck it is, fountain of youth or what, I don't know. He's just playing well. He's a gunslinger guy. He's going to make some mistakes. He's going to throw the occasional interception where you're sitting there going, oh man, what did he do? Come on, what did he do? But I'm telling you right now, guys, he gives the team a better chance to win. If Coach Flores wants to start Tua, that's fine. I'm not going to complain about that. Because we know now that he'll bring Fitzpatrick in, as he's done twice now. He did that in the Denver game. He did it again last night. He did it Saturday night against the Raiders. So you want to have Fitzpatrick as your relief guy, you know, kind of out of the bullpen. Go ahead and do it. I'm not going to complain. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. So to get into the breakdown, let's get into some statistical breakdown production stuff here. Fitzpatrick would wind up 9 out of 13 for 182 yards. He didn't come in until early in the fourth quarter. A touchdown, no interceptions. Tua, his complete percentage was fantastic. He goes 17 out of 22. 94 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. If I think I heard correctly, at halftime, the Dolphins were down, as you recall, 13-6 at the half. Tua only had one completion for more than 6 yards. Guys, that's not going to get it done. It's just not going to get it done. I'm sorry. But again, as I said, I'm all for Tua's growth. He's only a rookie. We got to look at it for what it is. Moving on. Myles Gaskin played a very good game. He pretty much, Myles Gaskin flew right under the radar in this one. You notice that? Flies right under that radar. He played a good game. He was overlooked by or overshadowed and overlooked by the Fitzpatrick heroics. But Myles Gaskin would have 87 yards gained on the ground on 14 carries. He would also have 5 catches for 82 yards, almost 170 total yards for Myles Gaskin, and he would have 2 receiving touchdowns. Clayton Fitzgerald on the fake punt would have a 22-yard gain on his only carry. Tua, 3 carries, 11 yards. Lynn Bowden Jr., if you notice, he's getting basically a carry a game from the wide receiver position, which is pretty cool. Jakeem Grant was more in that role. Now they're going to Bowden Jr. He had a carry for 8 yards in this game. Salvin Ahmed had 6 carries, 2 yards. Gaskin already mentioned in the passing game was very active and very effective in the passing game. Mike Gesicki, 4 catches for 54 yards. Jakeem Grant was involved As a receiver, he would have 5 catches for 43 yards. Mac Hollins, 2 catches, 42 yards. Isaiah Ford, 4 catches for 37 yards. You know what, guys? I mean, Isaiah Ford, with all the injuries to the Dolphin receivers, he's not a bad reserve. I mean, he looks good out there. He really does. He looks like a legitimate, like, I don't know about one receiver, but he looks like a legitimate number 2 kind of guy. He really does. I mean, I don't know, maybe a 1. Let's go with that. But he looks pretty, the eye test of Isaiah Ford, he looks good out there. Bowden Jr., 2 catches, 8 yards. Durham Smythe, 2 catches, 6 yards. Adam Shaheen had a catch for 3 yards. Ahmed out of the backfield had 1 yard receiving on a catch, a reception. Derek Carr for the Raiders, he plays really good. 21 out of 34, 336 yards. A touchdown, no interceptions. He was sacked 3 times. Derek Carr, man, I mean, I'm telling you, the guy just produces. He's a good quarterback. Josh Jacobs, a good running back. I mean, he's producing well. He did on Saturday night, 13 carries, 69 yards. That's going to get you almost 5 yards a carry, a little under 5 yards a carry average. Jalen Richard had 2 carries, 19 yards. Devontae Booker, 6 carries, 11 yards. Henry Ruggs III, the wide receiver, would have a carry for 7 yards. Derek Carr, was credited with 2 carries, minus 2 yards. But he did have that kind of over-the-top touchdown run there for the Raiders. Receiving-wise for the Raiders, Nelson Aguilar had a huge game, including that huge touchdown reception in the second half late in the game. 5 catches, 155 yards in the touchdown reception. He burned the Dolphins heavily. Darren Waller would have 5 catches for 112 yards. So you had 2 guys for the Raiders receiving, having big games over 100 yards receiving. Hunter Renfrow, 5 catches, 34 yards. Jason Witten, the 18-year veteran, they showed that. 18 years in the NFL. 2 catches, 12 yards. Brian Edwards, a catch for 11 yards. Devontae Booker, 2 catches, 8 yards. Jalen Richard had a catch for 4 yards for Jalen Richard. So, Dolphins now sitting at 10-5. Guys, this is big stuff. This is big stuff. You should, if you are a Dolphin fan and you're watching this video, that was a huge win. Must I remind you again, the Dolphins have not won a playoff game in 20 years. All right, they've only been to the playoffs a couple of times the last 20 years. This team could be a playoff team. If they win next week, they will be a playoff team, or a loss in Buffalo with some help. They could get some help and still get in. So we want to keep in mind, I mean, there's 7 teams now, not 6, that will make the playoffs in the AFC, along with 7 in the NFC. And of course, you have now that just 1 team will be getting the bye, effective this year, which looks like it will be the Chiefs in the AFC. NFC could be the Packers. The Saints are looking good, guys. I might just do a video on the Saints, not to completely change subject, but I mean, the Saints are pretty interesting with Drew Brees and back full force. But let's not regress here to a different topic. That's my fault. Dennis Sullivan here, Sports Snippets. Go ahead, hit that like button, guys. It was put a smile on your face all day today, all week of the 28th, 29th, 30th. Have a great New Year's Eve, a great New Year's Day, a great Saturday the 2nd, and then we come back Sunday, and we're going to see what happens on Sunday, January 3rd in Buffalo. Leave me a comment, and I'll talk to you real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.